Let's talk about feminine energy, feminine power, divine feminine, whatever you want to call it. Okay, let's just chit chat about it. I I'm gonna this video, I don't want to rush through it, but I'm gonna be looking at my notes a lot. The reason why is because I have a meeting in about 30 minutes. So I'm gonna try to get this video done. Um, and then head out to my meeting. So, excuse me if I'm looking at my notes a lot, but we are going to go over 5 ways or 5 reasons that it is important that you understand your feminine power. Okay. And I want to make sure you know it is yours, it's no one else's. Make it what you want to make it, but you do got to understand your feminine power. It's a gnat. So you have to understand your feminine power. I probably need to move because I've been sitting like this for a while. So give me a second. Try not to knock you over. But yeah, we're going to go over 5 ways to understand, or 5 reasons. Why do I keep saying ways? 5 reasons that you need to understand your feminine power. Okay. So hey besties, it's Joanna Nicole. I am a certified life coach. I focus and specialize in inner work and goal setting. I attract the life that I think I deserve. I attract the love that I think I deserve, and I help you do the same. So, we're going over 5 reasons why you should understand your feminine power. I like to find quotes that go with each video. So, I found a quote that I feel goes with this video. So, I'm going to read it to you. We have been socially conditioned out of understanding how feminine energy shapes and influences our very beings and our lives. Jesus, that's why I feel like this video is so important, because men have been manipulating us to think that they are the prize, to the point where I was sold. At one point, I was sold. I'm like, if you get a man, you better keep him. If you get a man, you better keep him by all means. Don't let him go. Oh my God. It was a friend of mine. She was Mexican, and we had our children around the same age. I had my first child when I was 17. We were pregnant at the same time, but um, we were the same age. So we had teen pregnancies at the same time or whatever. And so me and her we would stay connected and talk, and our kids would play together. And I remember her saying, she was like, my mama always taught me, once you have a baby by him, don't leave him. And I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And then as we got older, I stayed connected with her for a very, very long time. We were friends for a very long time. And man, her baby daddy took her through some things. And I remember her saying, I'm not going to leave him. I'm going to do my dirt. I'm going to do what I want to do, but I'm not going to leave him. And I was like, yeah, you're right. I'm like, once you get a man, just keep him. It don't matter. Just keep him. Keep him, keep him, keep it. Some people still live by that. Um, I don't live by that right now at this point in time or at this moment. I honestly feel like if you're more peaceful without them, leave them. But anyway, um, I honestly feel like the only reason I had that mindset was because I did not understand my feminine power. I did not understand the power that was within my feminine energy. I didn't understand it. And now that I understand it, no one could ever make me feel that way again to where it's like, you better keep him, you better keep him. No. He better keep me. Can he keep me? Can he actually live up to my standards? So, yeah, I love that quote. I do. First reason that it's important, or why you should be understanding your feminine power, is because it enhances your intuition and your wisdom. So you literally stop doubting yourself. When you make decisions, when you have discernment, when you see something and you like, I peeped that. But then you like, maybe it's not really what it is. Maybe it's not really that. Maybe it's something else. Blah, blah, blah. No. When you understand your divine feminine power, you do not second guess yourself. You're like, no. I saw what I saw. I heard what I heard. You cannot tell me otherwise. And you just trust yourself to a whole nother level. Jesus, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful that the power that's in it, you end up attracting the man that you deserve, and he ends up cherishing you because he sees it. He's like, this is a force. This woman radiates just, oh, trust me. Understand your feminine power, your energy, because you will not doubt yourself. You will have an intuition like no other. You will understand that your feelings have meaning. Did I write this down? Yeah, that's You will understand that your feelings have meaning and purpose, and they're there for a reason. You will even understand what you want, what you need in life, and without understanding that fully, you probably won't. You're not even going to know what you can offer the world. You're not even going to know what you can offer in your relationship, in your businesses, in your you just don't know, because you're just going with the flow, and you're like, oh well, that's what they wanted me to do. Nah. Once you know, you're going to be like, okay, I can do this, and I am the right person for this. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I don't want to bounce around. So let's go to number 2, which these are out of order, but I'm going to just go with what I wrote down. Um, you have a deeper connection with yourself. That's number 2. So number 1 is you trust yourself more. You have an intuition and a wisdom like no other. And then number 2 is you have a deeper connection with yourself. Sorry. You have a newfound respect for yourself. You know your worth. Why am I stuttering? I feel like I was in a you know madam, you do not know me, but I know you very well, and let me tell you that I caught you. Anyways, yeah. Like, you have a new respect for yourself, and oh my God, it'll just be so much easier for you to set boundaries. You end up with a new appreciation for yourself and a deeper love for yourself. And it's just beautiful. and no one can take it from you. And like it's a feeling of peace like no other. And it's just amazing. I can't even explain it. Like I said, I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm having the feeling and the words are not there yet. And I don't have the words for the feeling. But trust me, you have a deeper connection with yourself. Um, just understand that women create, women create life, women produce. That's just what we do. We're nurturers. And when you understand that, you just fall deeply in love with yourself, and the connection is just crazy. A little bit is too intimate for YouTube. A little bit too intimate for YouTube, but we're going to move on to number 3. So I didn't know how to put number 3, so I put stop doing and start receiving. So I'm going to try to explain what I mean by that. Okay. When you are connected to your feminine power, your divine feminine energy, whatever you want to call it, when you are connected to that, you will understand that you don't have to do anything. It's literally just you existing that holds everything, the world. And this is crazy because this came to me a few weeks ago, where I'll be completely honest with you. I was in a 21-day challenge. We were waking up at 5 a.m. and the teacher, the coach, whoever was hosting the class, she asked me a question, and I explained to her. I don't know. I'm trying to get this right. I was explaining to her how some days I just want to be a woman. There's not much that I want to do. Like some days I just want to take a shower, relax, maybe go to the gym, get coffee, um, clean, cook, relax, and just be a girl, look cute, and have my hair done, my makeup or whatever, and just, look fine. And she said to me, "Are you a hood rat?" And me speaking like I said to her, I'm like, I mean, I could be. I'm like, I'm everything. When I think about me, I'm multifaceted. Like, I can be a hood rat. I can be professional. I can be your homegirl. I can be the businesswoman. I can be the mother of the year. Like, I'm multifaceted. That's just who I am. So I just spoke and I was like, yeah, I could be a hood rat. I guess you could say that. And she said to me, she was like, no, you are a hood rat. You're a hood rat. That's who you are. I can hear it in your voice. And I'm like, I'm I'm all about inner work. So when she said it to me, I didn't take any offense because I'm like, people will try to put on you what they think they are. So in my mind, I'm like, she probably thinks she a hood rat because in her eyes, in order for you to actually want to be feminine and understand your femininity and that, you actually don't have to be doing anything and to be doing, like, you know what I mean? Like, so I didn't get offended by it, but I wrote down the question, are you a hood rat? And I took that question and I literally thought about it, thought about it, thought about it, thought about it. I was just evaluating myself the whole time to the point where that day it dawned on me. And I said, I'm not ever going to be defined by what I'm doing. I'm going to be defined by who I am. And as long as I am who I am internally, which I know that I'm a woman of integrity. I know that I have passion. I know that I have like, I'm not even like, I just had to think like, do I want to be defined by what I do, or do I want to be defined by who I am? And when I came to that conclusion, like, no, I am not defined by what I do. If that's what a hood rat do, you could put a label on that. I don't have to. I can always be defined by who I am and how I show up in the world. And so it dawned on me. I was like, wow, Joe, you know your feminine power. Maybe she doesn't, or maybe she needs to do some inner work, or I don't know. That's her story. I don't know. But the inner work that I've done is I've understood I'm never going to be defined by what I do. If I have $0 in my bank account, or if I have $1,000,000 in my bank account, I know who I am. Now, knowing who I am attracts money because that's who I am. I am that type of attraction. But that's the power, and that's why you need to understand your feminine power and your feminine energy, because someone can be trying to push on you a narrative that's really not you. Now, if you are watching this and you have been on my channel for a while now, I tried to flip that narrative and make it positive. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna own it. If the algorithm, because we're on the internet now, so we messing with algorithms. And I'm like, the algorithm loves negativity more than it loves positivity. I'm not gonna lie to you. The algorithm loves negativity more than it loves positivity. So I was like, what negative thing can I lean into and be comfortable with? And I was like, hood rat. So let me just roll with that. But then once you know your divine power, it's like you can't go against yourself anymore. So I was like, yeah, I'm not this person. And people who was probably watching me was like, girl, you ain't even no hood rat. You're just a mom trying to survive in this world. And there's nothing wrong with that. And you're human. And you make mistakes. And there's nothing wrong with that. But guess what? You don't have to do to be worthy. You just have to be. You just have to exist. And once you realize that, you will never want to go 50-50 with anyone, because your feminine energy is, it's not do, be who you are. And that one, this used to get me all the time. This little saying, this saying that everyone was using because it's trending. Oh, it's not on you, it's in you. It's not on you, it's in you. Same kind of goes for your feminine energy, your feminine power. It's not what's on you, and it's not what you do. It is what's inside. Okay? It's not your occupation. It's not your bank account. It's not if you wear pink. It's not if you wake up at 5 a.m. or wake up at 11 a.m. It's not if you go to the gym every day. It's not none of that. Okay? It's not if you think because you have made 100 grand in a day that you're better than someone. No. Your feminine energy, your feminine power is inside of you, and it's just who you are. What is number 4? Okay, so once you understand your feminine power, your relationships become more fulfilling. And this is crazy. Let me see. I wrote something down, but I'm going to go a little bit off script. Your relationships become more fulfilling when you understand your feminine power, because you're able to understand exactly what you can offer someone, okay? And once someone is asking for something that you know you cannot offer, you can exit to the left, okay? So let's say you go to a job interview, and in this job interview, you go in there and they're like, "Hey, we need you to snake." I don't even know how to. I'm not in that manly world, but whatever. We need you to snake toilets and do plumbing and lay some pipes and foundation for houses, and we need you to just do a whole bunch of work that is not in your spirit to do. And they're like, you're going to be covered in poop from your waist down. You got to go climb into the sewer hole and get into that feces and unclog that and do all of that. And you're at this job interview and they're telling you all these things. And in your mind, you like, I can't do that. I'm not going to do that. I can't do that. I'm not going to do that. And they're like, we'll give you $3 million. And you like, I might can do that. No, let me stop. But when you're in touch with your divine feminine power and feminine energy, whatever you want to call it, you will be able to confidently say, hey, I'm so sorry. I'm not the woman for the job. I'm sorry. I just can't do that. And that allows for you to have more fulfilling relationships because you're not constantly in an out of body experience and doing things that you know does not sit right in your heart. You know, that's just like when you have a bunch of friends. Like, for example, if I had a bunch of friends who wanted to smoke hookah. I don't even smoke hookah, but whatever. That's all they want to do is smoke hookah. Every time they link up, it's hookah, 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 hookah. One day I'm going to say, I'm sorry, you guys, but this just not, it's not me. I've tried. It's not me. But once you know, it's so much easier and it's so much fulfilling for you to just walk into that room and be like, this is not for me. I have to go. I don't have to try it. I don't have to put myself in an experience to try to fit in anymore. I'm going to go where I am wanted and where I am appreciated and where I am celebrated. Right? Okay, let me get back to what I put down. So it's easier for you to set boundaries. That's why you will have the most fulfilling relationships. You're not going to have fulfilling relationships when your boundaries are not set and you're not standing on them. You're going to have better discernment on who belongs in your life and who doesn't belong in your life. That allows you to have more fulfilling relationships. You're going to be able to nurture all of your relationships to the point where you know they're going to be reciprocal. Okay? And you're not giving more than you're getting. You're not, that's pretty much it. You're not giving more than you're getting. So it's going to be, most of your relationships will be very, very, very reciprocal. And you'll find your people. Okay? You will find your people. That's number 4. You just have way more fulfilling relationships. And you can set boundaries with these people and they respect them. Another thing, or the last thing, is it is so much quicker for you to raise your standards when you understand your feminine power. Okay? It just happens so much quicker because you're like, okay, cool. Joe, you realize that doesn't work for you, that you are wanting more out of life, that it doesn't make you feel good, you feel unsafe, and guess what? Now it is time for you to raise your standards. And you just raise your standards. Just, you know, the inner work that needs to be done. You know, the space that you need to be in. um, you just know what works for you, and so it's just so much quicker for you to do the inner work to upgrade and raise your standards so much quicker. You're constantly evolving when you know your feminine energy and you just know the power of it. You become resilient. Oh my God. If you want to become resilient in life, understand your feminine power. You'll be unstoppable. Unfreaking stoppable. There ain't nothing that could stop you. Period. It's crazy. And sometimes people would be like, ha ha ha, something stopped you. And you're like, no, I pivoted. I understood what needed to be removed, what was actually not in alignment with me anymore. Ha 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 ha. Trust me, people who are not understanding of their feminine power and their feminine energy, they will say those things. They will try to get in your head and be like, well, remember when this tried to stop you and it won? Remember when this battle came, whatever it is, because people love to hold on to the old you. Well, this stopped you. Well, that stopped you. No, it didn't. Baby, you still here. You still Tamia, we still here. You still got a lot to give this world. This, baby, nothing can stop you. Nothing. I gotta get to this meeting, but let me make sure I hit all my points. Oh, you're healing what happened quicker? Oh yeah. You will be able to heal so fast. And what's crazy is people will think you're crazy. How she got another man already? How she do this that fast and da. It's inner work, baby. You gotta do that inner work. You gotta know your feminine power. Ooh, they be like, so and so got another man already. That's crazy. She ain't even healed. How you know if that woman done healed or not? How do you know? How do you know? You don't know. Maybe she's done a lot of inner work to the point where she's unbreakable, to the point where she can heal as she's growing, as she moves forward. She can heal as she accepts happiness. You ain't gotta heal and be sad. You can heal and be happy and still be healing. Oh, how was she? Listen, that's you gotta understand. You gotta, and you can walk away from what's no longer serving you. That was my last thing I wrote down. You can walk away from what is no longer serving you. So, those are the reasons that you should make it a point to understand your feminine energy and your feminine power. If you do like content like this and you need a safe space, subscribe to the channel. Check out some of my other videos about setting goals, about raising your standards and your self-care routine. There is so much to learn on this channel. So subscribe. And also, if you are looking for a safe space, a community of women who uplift each other and who support each other, join our 21-day membership. It's a feminine recharge. We do it every single day. It is a challenge. So you have to wake up at 5 a.m. every single day. We journal, we goal set, We read books. We encourage each other. We give each other a feminine recharge every single day for 21 days, and we do it every single month. So it's not too late to join. Okay, go to joannanicole.com. Hopefully, I will see you in our membership. Otherwise, share this video with someone who you feel needs to hear this. And they need to know, girl, you're powerful. Okay? You are that girl. You are. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.